ravie d'être ici, donc le Centre Claude Quin, que je co-dirige avec Yolande Marie. On est donc ravis d'avoir pu établir, grâce notamment à Doris et Nantes Métropole, un partenariat avec l'École des Beaux-Arts et les Anneaux de la Mémoire pour organiser cette table ronde qui s'intitule « Déconstruire, dit-elle, l'art contemporain et le défi postcolonial ». C'est un peu grand comme thème, donc on va évidemment resserrer, notamment grâce à la présentation d'une part Thiago Nogueira, qui est à la fois responsable de la photographie à l'Institut Moreira Salles à Sao Paulo, mais également rédacteur en chef de la revue Zoom. Il vous expliquera tout ça. Également Val Souza, une artiste d'art visuel qui, depuis le 7 mars, présente au sein du château une installation qui s'appelle Vénus au sein de la collection permanente du château des Ducs de Bretagne. Pardon, je dis la phrase en entier. Donc on est vraiment ravis de vous accueillir. Donc la grande idée qui nous a réunis, Teresa, Barbara et moi, c'était de voir un petit peu comment on pouvait réfléchir bien sûr en 1h30, donc voilà, la manière dont l'art pouvait investir le champ de la déconstruction de systèmes de domination en général, et de voir comment ça pouvait s'appliquer aussi dans des pratiques à la fois de commissariat, de directeur d'institution, alors directeur on va dire de département d'institution et de magazine, mais aussi en tant qu'artiste et en tant aussi que porte-parole, on va dire, d'un regard sur l'histoire qu'on nomme souvent décoloniale et qui est un peu rapide aussi dans cette appellation. Peut-être qu'on va essayer de décomposer ça. Thiago Nogueira dirige donc, je l'ai dit, le département de la photographie à l'Institut Moreira Salles. Au Brésil, il est rédacteur en chef de la revue Zoom, qu'il a également fondée. Pour vous donner une idée un peu de son travail qu'il va vous présenter, mais plus précisément sur ce qu'il fait aujourd'hui, Thiago a par exemple proposé la grande exposition autour de Claudia Adoujar, qui a eu lieu à la Fondation Cartier pour l'art contemporain à Paris. Il est également celui qui nous a permis de revoir le travail de William Eggleston, c'est pas rien. Enfin, en photographie, c'est vraiment des très grands noms de la photographie. Et en ce moment, il est le commissaire de l'exposition autour de Daido Moriyama, qui a donc été d'abord proposée au Brésil et qui tourne en ce moment partout en Europe. À l'heure actuelle, c'est en Italie, mais c'est déjà passé à Londres, à Berlin, en Finlande, mais également, ça ira en Suisse avant ou après, je ne sais pas très bien. Voilà, et en Suisse, je ne sais pas trop l'ordre. La première, il me semble aussi chose importante qui m'apparaît là quand on se questionne un peu sur cette déconstruction de discours, d'imaginaire collectif imposé, c'est là en tant que conservateur. Alors nous, c'est un mot qu'on donne en France. Je ne sais pas si c'est le bon mot, en tout cas commissaire d'exposition, mais aussi donc rédacteur en chef de magazine. Comment on peut parler de son travail autour de particularités. Quelles seraient les particularités de votre métier en tant que commissaire, et en tant que rédacteur en chef? Donc une présentation assez un peu générale de ce que vous faites. Je vous vois là d'ailleurs. Bon, c'est pas grave, pour l'occasion. Donc une présentation un petit peu générale de votre travail, si c'est possible, et si voilà. Si vous le souhaitez. Oui, c'est parti.
So Instituto Moreira Salles is a museum. It's a foundation, a cultural foundation in Brazil with 3 venues, one in São Paulo, one in Rio, one in Poços de Caldas. It is responsible to archiving and preserving a very important part of Brazil's history, cultural, visual, literature, music, cinema, prints and drawings. The collection is really large and very encompassing, different centuries, different artists. The photography collection is a very important collection because it has now, with the recent acquisition of Hercule Florenz, one of the inventors of photography in Brazil, it has really the early photographic objects in the Americas until today. I was invited actually in 2010 to create a project for a magazine when the museum decided to build a new place and be more contemporary. It was more a historical museum. So I started to, I proposed the magazine Zoom, which is a biannual magazine published twice a year with a lot of portfolios. Yeah, Val is the cover of the magazine also. So it's a mixture of portfolios of contemporary artists, historical artists, young, old, from Brazil, from Latin America, from elsewhere, interviews, a lot of writing also on photography, which I think is very essential to discussing images. And so through the magazine, and I think through the all of the things we learned from the editing and from talking to the artists, the museum came up with the idea of building a department. And it was a very interesting opportunity because we could, little by little, build different sorts of activities that would fill gaps, let's say, of desire of the artists. It was a very intense process of, talking to the artist and understanding what do you think an institution should do, how can we support photography, how can we support your career. And I think they were, very fundamental in guiding the projects that we started in the museum. It started small, but we, eventually created a grant that we give twice a year, and a special grant because it's a grant for producing new work, where we finance 8 months of production, and the artists work in-house with the other teams of the museum, not only with the curatorial team, with the conservation, production, digital departments, the archive. We really tried to use the grant as a way to open up the dialogue and the transparency of the institution with the artists so that we can learn from also what they need from an institution and their, the problems and the questions they have to offer concerning the art. The magazine is now on the 28th issue. This is Val's 23rd edition. When we publish some of her Polaroids, I think she can talk a little bit more about this. These are the most contemporary editions. The red one is the new. It was, so the department, I'm sorry maybe to come back here, but just to mention the department, it's not only me. There's a lot of activities. We do the magazine, the grant, the website, the photo book open call, the festival, the exhibition program, and the collection. And it's the team here: Daniele Queiroz, Angela Monjabosco, Rony Maltz, Carlos Franco, Laura Sapucaia, and Gabriela Roque are the team that work together in curatorial, editorial, conservation, different activities in this, now large operation. And I just brought some images of the exhibitions. So, for instance, when we started the program of exhibition, I was thinking, how can we react to the museum's collection? It was a very historical, powerful, traditional, in much ways conservative narrative of history. And in this case, I think the first idea I had was, IMS is doing these exhibitions on the image of São Paulo and Rio, and it's always this very colonial photographers looking at the beautiful landscapes, the great master urban development, the plantations, the occupation of the country, the advancements of industrialization, or sometimes the very romantic and idyllic representation of Rio. And I was thinking, this is not, where we are today, this is not how we see the cities, this is not how we feel. So I proposed 2 projects that was inviting contemporary artists to create a different representation of Rio and São Paulo, 2 main cities that were present in our collection in historical terms, but that were much larger than the images we had, were much more complex than the images we had, and had many other voices desiring to talk about those cities also in different ways. And we did, this project was called Utopian Rio, where we worked with the educational department and 50 communities in Rio that were not really present in the map of the city. And we tried to find a map and find the history, and also ask the community to represent and photograph what they consider the iconic Rio. And actually we realized that everything we had in the collection related to maybe 8% of the territory of Rio, because it was only the beautiful beaches, and the whole city was completely ignored and invisible on the history of image making. And it was a very challenging project because not only we printed the map of Rio in the galleries and excluded the 9% territory, the rich part of Rio, but also each community could send images. The more they were engaged with the exhibition and mobilized by the representation of their own Rio, that we kept adding on the walls. So the walls also reflected the level of mobilization, also interest of the community for image making. And in certain cases, for instance, in Rio, some communities, people could not even photograph because of drug wars. So, certain communities were completely blank. Some communities had, hundreds of images. So it was a really kind of mapping the temperature also of who can represent and what kind of representation you can offer about, a city, and who also commands the representation. What is, who is in charge of defining what's a beautiful image, what's an iconic image, what is Rio and what's not Rio. It was a very challenging project. So maybe to go back to your question, I think is what we try through the different activities in the museum is really look at the different levels and the different conversations around photography and image making, and try to support all the, let's say, the ecosystem of artists, all these, varied production. Be the very young artists publishing in the magazine, on the website, the more established artists, winning the grants, the mid-career artists working in the exhibitions, or even the, big names that I try to address through the archives. So, like, really thinking of a different way to look at their work, and of course, the collection as a way to kind of narrate a certain perspective of the contemporary status of photography in Brazil. So I think it's a very interesting project that we can really try to articulate different activities and invent other ways of working also.
Actually, you respond to all the questions I had, because you make a very, very good sum up. But can you, but just, it will be the last question for Thiago, promise. About the the new artists you found. How can it be a political gesture? I think you already answered that, but the idea that to looking for new artists, to looking for people who didn't have the possibility to speak before. Like artists who don't have the family for, or the social background, and to looking for that kind of artist seems to be, and as you said, a political gesture. So how can you reset it, and what can you give us some example of that kind of artist you found, like we say emerging artist?
Interesting. I mean, all the activities we do in the museum are political in a way or another. They are always creating politics, and I think more and more we are realizing how excluded these politics have been. There is a very important, I think, change, almost like a AC/DC moment in the museum, which is the creation of the Diversity, Equity, and Transparency Department also. That has been helping us to kind of readdress entirely the institution, the way it's programming, the way it's addressing, not only thematically the institution, like what we put on the show, but also how we as an institution function. And I think more and more IMS is really interested in making it a more diverse, horizontal, and an institution that really reflects the complexities of Brazil and the richness of Brazil. And for me as an editor, it's very interesting because I do feel now Brazil is going through a dramatic change in terms of art, and I mean not only in terms of art, in terms of politics, in terms of society, but art is also connected very strongly to this change, and I think this new generation that is producing images, that is much diverse, much more outspoken than maybe the previous generation, they bring to the image making an entire political or maybe an ethical also understanding of the world and of how images are produced and circulated that are forcing the institutions to change and to, let's say, run after them, to really move quickly, because they are like much faster and much smarter than we are. And so I feel it's our task as a museum is really to be always on the ground, meaning like talking to people, listening a lot also to people's demands, and really finding ways that we can support whatever desire we can find around photography, but also, and especially, I think, also support the risks of the artists, and make sure they can produce what they want to do, the way they want to do, with all the complexities they want to do. Instead, I think of working in a way that we are trying to find the kind of artists we would like to have in our collection, or a certain vision that we have. So for me, it's the political aspect is really just to be open and in the street, talking to people, visiting, listening, receiving people, looking at things, because the art is there. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I think now in Brazil, it's really I think a revolutionary moment that we are facing, and I think we that are in the institutions just have to keep moving very quickly to be able to understand and change ourselves and support, because the politics is there. It's not in my work. It's my work is just to really make sure we can receive and learn from that experience.
But the expression is politic. It's political. If you give them the expression and the place to express, it's political.
Yeah, I think we need. I think the most difficult thing is really to transform the institution, because institutions are generally like a very stiff, slow, dinosauric, pretentious, arrogant, racist organizations, and it's how quickly you can change the dynamics and change the methods and really react and understand. I'm very interested in artists that make us risk, because we are very we're a museum, we're strong, we have money, we have power, we have authority.
You have history.
So and we preserve the legacy of Brazil. So I think we if there is someone in this relation that has to be risked and put herself at risk, and it's the institution, not the artist. So I try to kind of support ways that the artists can feel a safe environment to produce, and the rest they will do by themselves. I don't need to do much.
Thanks a lot. I'm sorry I cannot. We may have some question after of the audience, but is it okay in English, Val? Let's try.
This is I just brought some images of the what we did together, because I think Val was one of these lucky moments in life where you meet an artist that is absolutely dedicated to the work, and spent 1 year building this fantastic iconological, I think we were talking today, like a Warburgian atlas of what it means to be a woman, and what's how beauty and poses and all our preconceptions on image making is built and is rearticulated. So I just brought to a little bit of the making of, to understand that art is very concrete, and you do things by supporting the artist, cutting, working together. You just don't sit on a chair and wait for the art to come to you. You really have to move yourself to go and see this process. Okay, yeah.
I just present you a little bit as well. You have time. Okay, so Val, can I say it in French or no? I say it in English. Okay, Val is living in Sao Paulo and Salvador, the both place, and she has the grant of the Institut Morales Sales Zoom in 2020, as you already said, I think, and she participated to the exhibition Entre Nos. And she has been selected for the program of the new photography in the Museum of Image and Sound of Sao Paulo. Sorry, I'm reading in French and I said it in English. So your installation in Nantes, it's about the black woman, can we say that? And we call it Venus. I really like that you present your work, but not just Venus, your work, your practice, and also to what you just said, that the idea that the Venus and the way you create an atlas, giving us the possibility to see that this old woman represented there can be the possibility to have weapon against patriarchal domination and also oppression and violence system, because of the repetition of gesture, but also because of the woman you choose in the representation. So can you tell us how do you build this, and more you practice also? I'm sorry, it's one question because you can speak whatever you can say whatever you want.
Olá. I prepare my presentation in Portuguese because this is my language, and then today we're talking about language too. And I continue talking in Portuguese, ok? So, eu quero agradecer demais todas as pessoas que fizeram isso possível. Foram me chamar, eu estou aqui. Foram me chamar, eu estou aqui. Eu vim de lá pequenininha. Eu vim de lá pequenininha. Alguém me avisou para pisar nesse chão devagarinho.
It's untranslatable. I just want to thank everyone that is here. Can I get the lyrics again?
Foram me chamar, eu estou aqui, o que que há?
Yeah, they were called. They went to call me.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm come from there when I was a child, and my ancestors say me, pay attention with this. Muito obrigada a todas as pessoas que me sonharam, a todas as pessoas que sonharam que isso fosse possível. Eu sou um sonho.
Thank you for all the people that dreamt that I was possible. I'm the dream of many people.
E agora eu estou aqui. A todas as instituições que apoiaram isso para isso acontecer, em especial o meu time favorito, Fotografia Contemporânea, do Instituto Moreira Salles.
To all the institutions that supported my dream to happen, and to my favorite team, the Contemporary Art Department at Instituto Moreira Salles.
E também, enfim, Yolande, muito obrigada por ter feito todas essas coisas acontecerem. Muito obrigada ao Chateau, que abriu as portas para que a minha obra estivesse lá, num espaço que para mim é muito especial, e a gente vai conversar mais para frente.
Also, Yolande for making everything, all the effort for all this to happen, and also to the Chateau that opened the door for my work to be there. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this.
E a todos vocês que estão aqui hoje, eu espero que a gente tenha um bom encontro até o final desse nossa mesa redonda.
And to all of you that are here today, I wish us a good conversation.
Vênus estar aqui é uma grande oportunidade de estabelecer relações com essa cidade. Quando o Thiago comentou sobre a possibilidade de Vênus vir para cá, eu não tinha a menor noção do que era essa instalação, do que essa instalação poderia ser aqui.
Venice is a great opportunity for me to establish relations to the city. When Thiago invited me to do this project here, I had not very well the notion of what it meant to be here and what it meant for Venice to be here.
E então, o que também acontece com esse trabalho é tentar aproximar para uma dimensão tangível aquilo que ficava rondando a minha cabeça. Eu não sei quantas pessoas daqui já foram visitar a obra, mas enfim, eu gostaria que todos vocês fossem e obviamente depois pudessem me contar da experiência de vocês.
So what I wanted to start with this work is to make tangible something that was running around my mind. I don't know how many of you have seen the work already, but I would like to hear about that.
Vênus é o meu mergulho profundo e quem quiser me conhecer e me encontrar vai ter que mergulhar também comigo nisso.
Venus is my deep dive, and anyone that wants to know me and meet me will have to dive on Venus with me,
Quem é Vênus? Rastros, sinais, indícios, vestígios, abreviaturas. Um paraíso barulhento e vibrante, ou um território selvagem pronto para ser invadido, desbravado, conquistado.
Maybe I can read with you because it's.
Tá escrito. Se você quiser, eu posso.
Who is Venus? Traces, signs, vestiges,
abreviaturas,
acronyms. A noisy paradise, vibrant, or a wild territory ready to be invaded.
Desbravado.
Explored, conquered, penetrated, and explored.
Quer traduzir tudo?
Não sei, mas quer falar em português primeiro?
Tá bom.
Com você, peraí.
Uma grande extensão selvagem, repleta de selvageria, oculta que precisa ser civilizada.
A great extension of wilderness, full of hidden wilderness that needs to be civilized.
Território material e histórico visual.
A material and territory and a visual historical territory.
Séculos se passaram até que eu pudesse falar na minha própria língua.
Centuries have gone by since until I could speak in my own language.
Eu não temo os meus desejos, eles me dão vigor capaz de recusar a impotência do estado como o autoapagamento e a negação.
I don't fear my desires, they give me strength able to refuse the fail of the state, such as the self-erasing and the negation.
Você pode até me riscar da história ou me marcar com as suas mentiras amargas e distorcidas lançadas ao ar. Ou tentar me esmagar, mas ainda assim eu estarei aqui.
You can even try to erase me, to cross me out from history, or try to mark me with your lies, with your bitter lies and distorted lies thrown to the air. But even try to smash me, but I will always be here.
Pode fazer, gente. Isso. Então, em 2022, eu ganhei a Bolsa Zoom do Instituto Moreira Salles. E então eu comecei um mergulho profundo sobre as imagens de mulheres negras. Essa pesquisa ela já existia na minha cabeça. Eu sou uma artista da performance, então eu queria, de alguma maneira mais concreta, tornar essas minhas ideias, colocá-las para o mundo.
In 2022, I won the grant from the Zoom grant, and I started to research the beauty of Black women. And this research already existed, but I wanted to investigate myself and put this out to the world.
Vênus começa especialmente por conta daquilo que a minha mãe fez de maneira muito grandiosa. A minha mãe construiu para mim e para minha irmã álbuns de família. E isso é o fato mais importante do porquê eu estou aqui hoje, do porquê vocês estão conhecendo o meu trabalho.
Venus starts with something my mother did for me a long time ago, and I think is the most precious and important thing she did, which was to build a family album. And this is the reason why I'm here and I'm doing my work.
Essa é minha mãe.
This is my mother.
E essa sou eu com a minha mãe.
This is me and my mother.
E essa sou eu.
And this is me.
aquilo que a minha mãe fez, então, construindo esses álbuns de família, eles têm grande importância para mim. Porque nesses álbuns de família, então, eu encontro 3 importantes aspectos.
So what my mother did building the family albums is very important to me because I find 3 things that interest me.
O primeiro é uma relação de espelho. Então, encontrar pessoas que parecem comigo.
The first is a mirror relation, which is to be able to find people that look like me.
O segundo é me ver em outras situações que não sejam de violência.
The other is to see myself in situations that are not violent.
Cenas de alegria, beleza, abundância, diferente daquelas que depois, quando eu vou para a escola, aparecem nos livros didáticos.
Scenes of happiness, abundance, very different than the ones when I go to school, I start to see on the textbooks.
E o terceiro aspecto é, então, uma reciprocidade. Ao mesmo tempo que eu sou alimentada por essas imagens me alimentam para tentar encontrar e me ver de outra maneira a partir dessas imagens.
And the other is a very reciprocity feeling. At the same time that I see these images, I'm fed by these images to be able to see myself and look for other images.
É o meu fascínio pelas imagens de mulheres negras, suas repetições e atualizações ao longo do tempo que me leva a investigar uma iconografia clássica.
It's the fascination for the image of women, black women, and its repetitions and attractions throughout the time that takes me to investigate this iconography.
Me inserindo numa camada histórica e pessoal por meio do uso da minha imagem e de mim mesma, e isso cria um território existencial que me dá ferramentas para formular os meus pensamentos.
Inserting myself in a historical layer through the images of myself that gives me some kind of tool to start to create new thinking.
E possibilidades de fuga.
And also possibilities of escaping.
O que me interessa são as possibilidades de continuação e continuidade da vida negra e a variedade de meios que pessoas negras têm usado para garantir o seu futuro.
What interests me is the possibility to continue the lives of people, of black people, and the means they find to guarantee a possible future for them.
Então, quando eu comecei o trabalho, existiam algumas imagens que me interessavam para pesquisar algumas coisas específicas. Primeiro, era a relação da imagem da mulher negra entre a maravilhosidade e o terror.
Something started to interest me at this time when I'm looking at the images. The first was the image of a black woman strangled between the marvelment and the terror.
A segunda coisa era mapear, então, alguns gestos e posturas que apareciam nessas imagens históricas e das que eu fui encontrando ao longo dos tempos para entender qual era o gesto de fuga.
The other was to try to look at historical images and find gestures and poses to understand how they could signify certain kinds of escape.
E a terceira coisa era entender essas mulheres não nomeadas pelo arquivo, pensando no próprio corpo como uma metáfora para essa história colonial.
And also understand those women that were not named in the archive, and I had to think about their own body as a representation of colonial history.
Se você quiser, pode ir passando.
You can, yeah.
Então o meu projeto começa com uma ideia que era produzir cerca de 200 fotografias do tipo Polaroid.
My project starts with the idea of producing 200 Polaroids of myself.
A partir do meu olhar para fotografia histórica de alguns artistas europeus como Stahl e Henschel.
starting from my look at the historical imagery of women as some of the European artists, photographers like August Saul and Albert Henschel.
Durante a pesquisa, o que aconteceu é que eu tive uma coleta muito grande de imagens e eu comecei a testar nos cadernos, conforme vocês podem ver nessas imagens, algumas associações e relações entre as imagens.
I kind of gather a large amount of images and I started to test in my notebook some associations between certain kinds of images.
Então, durante a feitura desse projeto, algumas coisas apareceram e uma delas era, então, a pergunta do porquê que as pessoas consideram imagens de mulheres negras como imagens de violência.
So many questions arose in my head, and some of them were like, why do people consider certain images of black women as images of violence?
Por favor, pode passar. Então, eu fui para dentro do arquivo, em especial do IMS, mas também de outras instituições, para entender qual era exatamente o gesto considerado de violência.
So I went into the archive of many institutions, including IMS, to understand exactly what was the gesture that signified violence.
Então eu comecei a reperformar essas fotografias de estúdio.
I started to perform these photographies.
Nas fotografias polaroides e também nos cadernos.
Using Polaroids, but also building the notebooks.
Uma das coisas que eu percebi, então, é que o que as pessoas estavam considerando como violento não era a imagem, mas era a associação entre a narrativa daquele período histórico aliado a essa imagem. Eles colavam a narrativa do momento histórico nessas imagens, o que impossibilitava ver além dessa narrativa.
So I realized that actually what was violent was not the image, was the narrative that was created and how that narrative was stuck, was glued, was really stuck into the image, and it made it impossible to look at the image in another way.
Por favor, pode passar. Então, eu, além de pegar as fotografias do século XIX, eu também comecei a buscar algumas representações icônicas no Brasil. Essa que vocês estão vendo agora é da Tarsila do Amaral. Essa específica que passou se chama A Negra. E ela é uma importante pintura da Tarsila do Amaral. Eu não sei se todos vocês acompanharam, ano passado teve uma grande exposição da Tarsila do Amaral aqui, e essa agora tem um outro nome, mas essa pintura se chama A Negra e foi traduzida como La Négresse.
So apart from using the historical photographies, I started to look also at other imagery, like the painting, and one of those images was this very famous painting by Tarsila do Amaral called A Negra. And there was a big exhibition in France on Tarsila do Amaral, I think last year.
Yeah.
And this image in French was translated as La Négresse.
Isso. Eu estou apresentando isso para que vocês possam entender também que aquilo que dizem sobre mim é também parte de mim. Uma das tentativas desse trabalho é não resolver as imagens, mas poder conversar com elas.
I'm trying to present this to say that what they say about me makes me, is part of me. And one of the objectives or the tries of this work is to look again at those images to be able to talk to them.
Muitas perguntas surgiram e, para além de ficar apresentando coisas aqui, eu vou compartilhar com vocês algumas dessas perguntas.
So many questions have arose in my head, so instead of just responding to them, I'm going to share some of the questions.
Então, duas perguntas principais e que eu gostaria que vocês tentassem responder aqui comigo brevemente, porque a gente tem um tempo, então é aquilo que vier na cabeça de pronto. O que é que você enxerga ao ver uma mulher negra?
So two of the questions that came to my mind, and I would like you to help answer me that question is, what do you see in a black woman?
When you see a black woman. Yeah.
What do you see when you see a black woman?
This is a question. Essa é uma questão que eu tive, mas que eu queria compartilhar com vocês. E como nessas fotografias do século XIX, mais do que a representação dessas pessoas, o que aparecia ali era então um imaginário viajante através dessa representação.
So, how in the 19th century, what was shown more than people was more than the actual people was the imaginary of the travelers that created this representation.
Então, além de fazer o caderno, além de produzir o caderno, além de fazer as pesquisas fotográficas, eu também desenvolvi uma série de performances.
So aside from the notebooks and the photographic research, I also developed some performances.
Essa é uma performance que se chama Namoradeira. Don't have sound.
This is a performance that's called Namoradeira.
Yeah. Partner.
I don't know. It has two meanings in Brazil, but it's the woman that dates a lot, that flirts. The flirter. Maybe the flirter.
Yeah. As namoradeiras, elas são umas estátuas muito comuns em Minas Gerais, mas que hoje estão pelo Brasil inteiro. A descrição dela é uma mulher negra, com a boca em geral vermelha e um vestido decotado, mas você só vê do meio corpo, então numa posição retrato, que está sempre numa varanda.
The flirters are a very traditional kind of sculpture, a statue in Brazil, made of wood that in Minas Gerais, whereas usually like a half woman with red lipsticks that is you put in your veranda, you put on the...
Ela usa um turbante e ela fica nessa varanda então com o braço recostado, sorrindo.
She dresses a turban and it's in this veranda always with a reclined arm and smiling.
A história sobre essa estátua, ela é de maneira bem resumida que uma mulher negra então fica à espera do seu príncipe encantado e uma hora ela fica 1-2 horas esperando e ele não chega, então uma moça que passa na rua fala para ela assim, se você não estiver sorrindo, o seu príncipe encantado vai passar e ele não vai achar você bonita, então ele precisa chegar e você está sempre sorrindo para ele.
The history behind the flirting tradition is that the woman is waiting for her prince to arrive. And she's told that if she's not smiling when the prince arrives, he will not connect to her, that she really has to keep smiling.
Passam horas, dias, anos, e ela fica ali para a vida inteira e se transforma numa estátua de pedra.
After hours, days, years, she's standing there waiting and she becomes a stone statue.
Sorrindo para quem passa e olhando para tudo que acontece.
Smiling to who passes by and looking at everything that's happening.
Então, em 2023, eu decidi refazer essa performance. Eu decidi fazer essa performance e colocar a namoradeira em contato com o público. Eu fui para um centro cultural em São Paulo e fiquei lá o dia inteiro debruçada numa varanda, sorrindo e me movimentando muito pouco. E as pessoas não faziam ideia que, de fato, eu era uma pessoa humana e ficavam muito assustadas quando percebiam que eu era de verdade.
So I did this performance where I stayed in a cultural center in São Paulo, in a big avenue, and stayed there immobilized and just slowly smiling or moving to the people. Some people didn't realize I was actually a living person. They were sometimes surprised when I moved myself.
Então, é parte disso que vocês vão ver no Château de Bretagne. E eu trouxe aqui algumas complexidades para a gente conversar hoje, bem rapidamente, Por favor, pode passar.
Some of the things you see at the Bretagne, at the Chateau Bretagne, is this panel.
Ele tem cerca de 12 metros e mais ou menos 1000 imagens.
12 meters, around 1,000 images.
Onde eu me coloco diretamente nesse painel. Então, existem muitas imagens minhas, autorretratos agenciados e fotos de álbum de família.
I put myself in this panel. There are many images of myself, some self-portraits that I represent, and also family album photos.
E, aliado a isso, alguns slogans de Brasil e também algumas referências de pessoas famosas no Brasil, então desde cantores, bailarinas, imagens de artistas do modernismo.
Some slogans about the country, but also images of singers, dancers, imagery from the modernism tradition in Brazil.
Então, o uso dessas ferramentas é um pouco para criar um certo enfeitiçamento nessas imagens. Ele é muito grande. Aqui ele está num espaço que parece que ele abraça um pouco, mas quando você vê ele é todo planificado, então você tem uma imagem que é de frente, que é de contemplar essas imagens de frente.
So the use of these images is to create a kind of a spell between them. And here, where you see the panel, it's actually curved in a U-shaped. You feel embraced by the images, but the original panel is actually a flat surface where you face the images directly.
Então, além dessas imagens que eu apresentei para vocês, da namoradeira e da negra, e os retratos e autorretratos que eu fiz na Polaroid, tem também a repetição dessas imagens. Então, algumas imagens aparecem mais do que uma vez, e isso porque eu entendo que cada vez que essas imagens aparecem, elas estão conversando com alguma coisa, conversando com outra imagem e falando outra língua que não é aquela que estava inicialmente.
So, besides the flirter and the paintings, some of the images, they appear and reappear again throughout the panel, because I understand that every time this image reappears, it is talking or is saying, it is getting a new meaning that is not necessarily the original meaning or, the first meaning when it's appeared.
Então, quando vocês olharem para ele, vocês vão ver algumas associações que são pelo gesto. Então, ora aparece uma mão e essa mão ela vai se repetir. O gesto dessa mão ela se repete em várias partes. Ora vai ser a cor, então um marrom de um lado, um marrom do outro, um marrom do outro, um marrom do outro. E ora vai ser o movimento dessa imagem.
So when you look at the panel, you realize that some things, there are many repetitions within it. Sometimes it's a gesture, it's the pose, the gesture of a hand, how it's repeated and is moved in different images. Sometimes it's a color, like the brown. You will see that will repeat it in many different images.
Isso tudo para dizer, então, que Vênus, mais do que um atlas sobre as imagens de mulheres negras e sobre o mapa colonial, é também o meu autorretrato. E eu espero que, além de falar de mim, eu possa também falar com outras mulheres, com outras pessoas sobre isso. Muito obrigada a todos vocês.
So more than an atlas, I think Venus is also a self-portrait, and I really hope through the self-portrait to be able to speak not only about me, but to speak to other women's to speak to other women's.
Eu vou passar de maneira muito rápida a revista Zoom. Essa é a edição 23, que é a edição da qual fui capa. E aqui vocês vão encontrar 2 trabalhos meus. Então, esse primeiro, que são das Polaroids, que estão nas primeiras páginas, estão marcadas. E no meio, algumas reproduções. Obrigada. Sim. E algumas reproduções do painel.
Just want to pass on the Zoom magazine. There are some Polaroids images on the panel inside.
Thanks a lot. Ok, est-ce qu'il y a quelques questions? Parce que en anglais ou en français, je sais qu'il est très tard, qu'on a explosé le temps là, mais si vous avez envie de poser des questions, if you want to ask any question, you may do.
Reply about you asked about the Bolsonaro moment in Brazil.
About the audiences, yeah. What was the reaction of audiences when they see this kind of exhibit? Because I don't know in Brazil, but in France, mostly of visitors in museum are like not the popular classes, but middle class, so I don't know how. I would like to know how it was received.
The work in Brazil.
Yes. In your museum,
I
actually.
mean, so in the museum, it's absolutely well received. I think in Brazil, there is a strong desire for discussing the questions that were repressed and erased from the histories for so many years, that I can really feel that any work as such, it's really, really appreciated and very, actually people demand us to talk about those issues, show those issues, think about those issues together. It's really not only about the new works, also the archives, which in the museum is a big important thing. It's like society demands from us to promote a different interpretation or a different narrative of the country than the narrative that we have been building with our archives until now. So I think there is a lot of desire and eager. Of course, there is also conflict. People, refusing certain ideas. It's a lot of investment from many people to make sure these ideas move forward. But I really feel in Brazil is, if you see the program of the institutions, they will all be discussing all the social problems and questions that we have now to face. And it's a very energetic moment, I think, and also all the artists. There's a lot of engagement, a lot of debates, a lot of discussions also, and I think this is part of a very strong desire for the image and for the culture. It's like really, it feels that is alive. And actually, I think when we had the Bolsonaro moment in Brazil, which was the most horrible time I've lived through, there was a very interesting reaction because art also flourished in that time. In a certain way, I think the level of violence and repression also re-articulated many organizations and voices and people, and really kind of actually strengthened the resistance movement in a way that I thought was really impressive, because I think we came out stronger, especially in the artistic forms and in the organizational forms, than we entered. Even though, the violence and the tragedy has been dramatic. The killing, the massacre, it's been the destruction of every single reasonable aspect of society was strong. In a way, the art reacted in a very, very powerful way.
Merci à tous et à toutes. Bonne soirée.